Hey guys, Sav here, back with some more Let's Replay Guild Wars 2. Today we're in Fort Trinity, about to start the level 80 story. Last video we acquired the Herald specialization. We fully trained the Herald specialization, which is something that if you were playing chronologically, you would do after the level 80 story, after killing Zhaitan. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and do that and get that out of the way, because my build didn't make a whole lot of sense. If you could go into my build, you'll see I run Invocation of Devastation, which is typical power build, Revenant stuff. However, this line here, which I've now filled with Herald, used to be a little wonky. We fill it with, I think we actually had Retribution in there. Retribution's really not that great. It's a lot of like defensive traits. You could put corruption in there, probably for more DPS, but that doesn't really mesh well with the build either. Herald just happens to mesh a little bit better overall, I think personally. If it wasn't something necessarily 100% that I had to do, no, but we did it, and that's the order that we did it. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and live with that. But today we're going to do level 80 story, and we're going to go right up to killing Zhaitan, and then after that, we'll start worrying about Path of Fire, and maybe we'll do some other story. I don't know exactly what my plans are still yet at this point with this Let's Replay once we finish the level 80 story. But here we go. Level 80 story. 1, 2, 3, go.
Too long, Tyria has suffered. We gather now with newfound purpose. Zhaitan's servants storm our homelands. It is time to bring the battle back to Or. This tide will wash over Arar and cleanse the dragon's corruption. Together, we will prevail. Let the ships sail. Let the troops march. And let us find victory!
A stirring speech, Traherne.
Absolutely. You've turned into a real war leader, Marshal.
Now if we can just keep the impetus you started, then we'll have a chance.
Thank you, friends. May fortune bless you. Good to see you. Let's get this briefing underway. Commander, I wanted to follow up with you about the Siska incident. I've made my share of mistakes, even without mesmer trickery. Some things cannot be undone, but they can be mitigated. War Master Kayson has been fully briefed, and her entire unit is aware of how you were all misled. That won't bring back their comrades, but knowing the truly guilty party was punished does soften the blow. There's someone I'd like you to meet. Our visitor may cause alarm, so privacy is paramount. Sire, it's now safe to reveal yourself.
Greetings, Marshal Traherne. As you've requested, I've come to honor my oath.
Excellent. Let's speak with the commander and give you an assignment. Thank you for your patience, Commander. Allow me to introduce the revered Sire Al-Rashid.
In the name of the Concordat of the Tetios houses, I greet you, ally of my ally.
It's an honor, sire. I've heard that your people don't meet with land dwellers.
You speak truth. I have long owed Traherne. Now at last he has called upon me to honor my oath.
Scouts have discovered a sixth temple in Or, a lost shrine to a fallen god, hidden underwater in the Strait of Malediction. Abaddon, the human god of secrets, was cast out of Arar by the other deities, and his name was erased from history. Very little remained. Zhaitan craves something inside that temple, so we must get there first. Sire will accompany you as a guide.
Tell me, Commander, can you fight? Is your oath made of steel? You'll need all your skills to travel with me.
I have yet to meet anything I couldn't overcome.
Intriguing. I look forward to this, Commander. Until then, may your steps be relentless.
It's bugging the shit out of me because I can't think of the name of the race that she is, but they're a very uncommon race. But between the cuts, I'm going to look it up and I will let you know. Okay, so Saya is a Largos. There's only a couple Largos in the game total. She is one of them. You can meet a couple others. What map are they in? Okay, wow. They're actually in more maps than I realized. There's some in Brisbane Wildlands. There's some in Snowden Drifts. And they're not even naming the map I was thinking of, which I believe is Sparkfly Fen. You can find some Largos. There's actually a hero challenge, I believe, in Sparkfly Fen with the Largos. And now that I'm thinking about it, Snowden Drifts also. Very mysterious race. It's a wonder why they touched on them at all, and they haven't touched them.
Let us discuss the temple.
They really haven't touched on them at all before or after or since.
In the name of the Concordat, I greet you, Commander.
Oh boy.
The way ahead is dark. And
That aqua breather, though.
Exactly what I'd expect from the ancient temple of a dead god.
Yes, of course. The Risen have already bypassed the wards and breached the temple. We must exterminate them. Be warned.
Abaddon's not
There are
dead.
dangers here not of the dragon.
Or is he?
Powers ancient and unseen still occupy these halls. I will follow.
I believe there's like conflicting stories about Abaddon in this game, or whether he's dead or he's still around. I should get a better spear before we continue. I'm actually going to just go ahead and TP one. And let's move. What? They're all dead. Oh, nope. That one's not dead.
The Risen have reactivated the temple defenses. It may slow us down. However, they did find the altar. We can do the same.
We must rise and return to the fight.
I thought that orb would do something.
Interesting shrine.
Yeah,
What
probably.
is its purpose?
It's a little too early for that.
I demand that you release me.
I guess if we ever have like an actual underwater expansion, which let's face it,
There by the shrine.
seems fairly unlikely. Maybe we'll meet more of these people, these Largos, but I think in the meantime,
You should test such a theory with that essence. See if it can be placed somewhere useful.
I think in the meantime, we're just not going to see any more of them for a while. I'd like to see more of them. They're very interesting.
The currents shift. The ocean's flow changes.
And probably only because they're so mysterious, honestly. There's just so few of them in the game, it makes them interesting, I guess. But I remember just all the pipe dreams we used to have, you know, back before Heart of Thorns, about all the possible, you know, races that we could possibly be in this game, and how we're now 2 expansions since, you know, vanilla, and they've yet to add a playable race. So you kind of lose, you know, I've lost a lot of the pipe dreams, you know what I mean? Like, I used to really wish that we would have I really wish we'd had Tengu, and then Largos was obviously one that we're like, yeah, Largos, that makes sense. That'd be cool if we ever go underwater for an expansion, or even if we don't, maybe we could just have them anyway.
Together we have no equal.
And I still think, I mean, you know, if you're going to do a playable race in an expansion, Largos make a lot of sense. I mean, they're not exactly, you know, they're very humanoid. They just have wings. You just have to make, you know, I don't understand why that would be so difficult to make it as a playable race. I know a lot of the complaints, you know, a lot of the reasons why they won't make a playable race are because, a new playable race, I should say, or because, you know, and I can't pick that up yet, because of, you know, the clipping problems and like, it would be hard for them to put Kodan in the game because there's no models currently like Kodan. Yes, Norn are kind of like Kodan, but they're, you know, they don't have quite the same shoulders, the same necks, heads, and so forth. Whereas Largos are very, very, very much human / Savari figures. They just happen to have these wings, so I don't see why they would be difficult to put into the game. If you put something like Kodan in the game, you know, the Kodan, you'd have to reshape a lot of the armors that are already in the game, and that would take a lot of time and a lot of resources. So that's why people think they will never do them. That's actually some of the reasons why they say that they'll never do it. Though there's always the wishful people like I, who wish they would put new playable races in the game, even though I play mostly human females.
Rise and return to the fight!
Oh. So basically I have to go activate what basically looks like crate obelisks here, but they're not. Activate these things then they'll activate like a ghost. You fight the ghost drops something, and then you go back to the temple orb. It's a lot of busy work if you ask me, but
One more steady.
oh look, oh my god, a little, how the fuck? Seriously, this is what I'm supposed to find? Okay, there's another one right across too. No, there's not. That, this little tiny hole. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. That's why I always get lost during this story stuff.
I hunger for battle.
No, I don't know how to get up there. Sure there's a... Oh, it's over here. Lol. Wrong button.
Two shrines. We must be close to the Altar of Secrets, the center of the temple.
I'm gonna activate both because I like suicide.
Your respite. The altar should be the next chamber. Be cautious. Something's wrong. We must be swift.
Intruders, you trespass on the dragon's lands. You too will serve Zaitan.
No, slave creature. We serve our oaths, and those oaths demand our death.
So be it. To death and beyond.
Thanks.
Zaitan demands your death. Submit to the dragon. Stupid
No.
creature. Die.
Are you calling a stupid creature?
The dragon is angry.
You calling me a stupid creature? I am a strong, independent female Char.
Swiftly.
Fear. These ancient foundations will not withstand the sound. Escape quickly, before we are buried forever. Well fought and well won. Most impressive, my ally.
It was victory, but we still lost the artifact.
True, but we've made a dragon no fear. That, Commander, is a victory to relish.
Maybe we can still salvage this. What do you know about that creature we faced?
I do not know for certain. What is certain is that you've just encountered two of Zaitan's most powerful servants, and that they escaped your grasp.
Not for long. I'm reporting to Traherne right away. We'll see if we can't organize a pursuit.
I will also carry this news when I return to be freed from my oath. May your steps be relentless, Hunter. Be relentless,
All right.
Commander. I shall carry word to the
She like disappeared before she was done speaking. Anyway, let's go talk to her and ourselves.
Excuse me, friends, but I must speak with the commander. I shall send for the rest of you soon.
Saya has already reported in. I'd like to hear your account, however. We came up short, but we saw two remarkable creatures. Yes, an eye and a mouth. The eye concerns me more. It always precedes an attack by Zaitan's horde, so it must become our new priority. Agreed. How do we go about finding and killing it? I have two possible avenues. Either we lure the eye in with irresistible bait, or we comb its territory until we find it. Either way, once we locate it, we destroy it. trying to remember which one of these I haven't done. I'm gonna go with the. I mean, ambush and direct attack are kind of the same thing, aren't they? I mean, yeah, we'll go with the ambush. We have an enchanted Orient mirror that should draw the eye's attention when it appears we confront it and kill it. I think I've... No, you know what? Let's do direct attack. We flood the eye's territory with scouts and soldiers. As soon as we acquire reliable information about its location, we storm its position and kill it. We'll go direct. Very good. I'll put together a squad and meet you north of the Blighted Battleground. I've got some special allies waiting to join us. I'll see all of you there. And that's going to be it for the first part of the level 80 story, Temple of the Forgotten God. And here's my loot. Which one of these do I want? I don't know if it matters.
Done.
And that's it for this chapter, guys. I will see you next time for Close the Eye.